If you've been to Rome in the month of May, you may know already that it can be very crowded. In fact, May is one of the most busy months of the entire year, but it is also one of the best months. In Rome, there are so many fun things to do, and there are a couple of things that are especially great for the month of May, and that's what I'm going to share with you in this video. Both of my suggestions for May take you out of the city center, out of the crowds a bit, to enjoy something truly spectacular. The first is Via Appia Antica. A little bit wet out here, huh? It's kind of cool though. Via Appia Antica, most people have heard of it. It is the oldest surviving road in the world. It's over 2,000 years old, with many of the original pavers still on the road today. And honestly, it's much like it was 2,000 years ago. It hasn't changed too much. Yes, there's lots of ruins and you can kind of see remnants of what it used to be, but it's not completely like bulldozed over and redone or anything like that. It still exists kind of the same way that it did 2,000 years ago. And think about it, people heading to Rome 2,000 years ago, walking down a street, maybe hitting Rome for the first time. They may have heard rumors about Rome. They didn't have, you know, videos like this or social media or pictures or photographs of Rome, just somebody telling them about a city. So when you hear about a city like that, maybe you start heading that direction, walking down Via Appia Antica, and as you get closer and closer to the city, similar as it is today, it just starts to get more and more exciting. There's a saying you may have heard of, all roads lead to Rome. Well, that originated here with Via Appia Antica. What it was is many of the roads led to Via Appia Antica, and then Via Appia Antica led to Rome. So yes, all roads did lead to Rome, and Rome was the place to be 2,000 years ago. And here you are 2,000 years later, walking the same street as the Apostle Paul, as Spartacus, as many of the emperors, everybody you read about in the history of Rome. Many of them, if not all of them, at one time or another walked Via Appia Antica. And speaking of Spartacus, Spartacus was actually, you know, that's where he and his army were all crucified along Via Appia Antica. Just a magnificent street to walk down. This is one of the first guys we ran into as we're walking on Via Appia Antica. What's your name?
Willem, like
Okay.
Willem Dafoe.
Hold this here. This is a microphone.
Okay.
Tell us why you're on Via Appia Antica.
I just felt like walking. I had to have a spiritual road for myself. So
Yeah,
that's why.
No, it's great. It's great. You having fun so far?
Well, it's difficult in a way. I'm not used to this, but I think the fun will come
How far
later
are you
on.
going? How many days?
It's 5 days, or 6 days technically, but the 6th day I have to go back to the airport. So
So how far do you walk? To what city?
I want to make it at least like 100 kilometers, and I'll see. I'll see how much I can do.
So you're from Czech. What city?
Yes. Valašské Meziříčí.
There you go. Do you understand that?
Would you be able to repeat that? Valašské Meziříčí.
Now I have to warn you, 99% of the people that walk down Via Appia Antica don't really do it the right way. Typically what they do is they go visit the catacombs, and from there Via Appia Antica is a short walk away. They walk up the street maybe 100 meters, half a mile, turn around and come back, thinking that they really experienced Via Appia Antica. No wonder nobody talks about it after they get home from Rome, because while that's interesting, it's not all that impressive. The best way to experience Via Appia Antica is to start at the trailhead. The trailhead is located about 10 miles south of the catacombs, just outside of the city of Rome. It actually starts at a McDonald's. Yes, a McDonald's. The McDonald's is not just any McDonald's, it's a special McDonald's. It was built on top of a section of Via Appia Antica, and you can go into the McDonald's, look down on the glass floor and see the Via Appia below your feet, or you can walk underneath the McDonald's and check out that section. Super interesting before starting your walk at the trailhead. And when you start at the trailhead, you get to walk in the steps of so many before you. You get to experience the real Via Appia Antica. The excitement just grows and grows as you get closer to Rome. There's always surprises along the way. It's absolutely magnificent. If you're looking for a fantastic day, a day like none other you've had in Rome, then be sure to walk Via Appia Antica from the trailhead into the city of Rome, and you're gonna have a fantastic time. If you're enjoying my videos on YouTube, I could really use your help. Subscribe, leave a comment, share the videos with friends. It all helps, and as a small YouTuber, I can't thank you enough. Trying to grow this channel. Once I get to 100,000 subscribers, I promise to never ask again. Now I'm going to share with you how to get out to the trailhead. Now there's the easy way, which is a little more expensive, and there's the free way that's a little more complicated, but it is free. First, the easy way. The easy way is just to get a taxi. Get a taxi from the city center out to the trailhead will cost you around 70 euros. A little bit expensive, but it is quite a long ways out there. And you're going to want to make sure you tell your taxi driver to take you to the McDonald's Roma Appia LOC. That's the trailhead. Don't let him take you to another spot thinking that that's better. He'll do that oftentimes because they don't oftentimes want to drive all the way out there. But tell them that's where you want to go, and that's where you'll start the hike from. The second way is to hop on the metro. This is a little more confusing, but it's not too difficult. And both ways take about the same time. Certainly the taxi is going to be faster, but even with the public transportation, it shouldn't take you more than an hour, hour and a half to get out to the trailhead. What you're going to want to do is hop on the Metro A line heading south, all the way south to the station Anagnina. Now here on the screen is the station Anagnina. This, of course, is above ground. The metro's below ground. But what you're going to want to do is when you come out of the train, you're going to come out this courtyard right here. Then you're going to turn right up this walkway, walk up. Oh, along the way, you'll see a train that's kind of parked there in the, I think it's an antique train. You're going to walk past that, and then you're going to come to a stairwell right down here. Walk up the stairwell and out to the buses behind the station, which are right here. All these buses, these blue buses, the ticket stand for the buses is right here. This is where you're going to purchase a bus ticket, and you're going to tell the bus driver that you're going to head to the same McDonald's. He'll stick you on the right bus. He'll tell you which line here to line up at and get on the right bus. And there are buses leaving and going from here to this location probably twice an hour. It just depends what time of day you're there, but not too difficult. And the cost is €1.30 per person for the bus, and the bus ride is about 15, maybe 20 minutes, not very long once you get on the bus. The biggest problem is just waiting for the bus. The reason I tell you about that is because this is a pretty big station. There's all kinds of buses. It can be a little bit confusing because there's buses in front, there's buses in behind. The ones you're going to want for this are the ones behind. This here is a big parking garage. This again is the station. So there you go. Not too difficult, but again, it is a lot easier just to take a taxi. But if you're on a budget and you want to save that 70 euros, take the bus. Here is an overhead of the McDonald's where the bus is going to drop you off. I'm going to show you real quickly just so you don't get lost, making this super easy for you. The bus will come down this street. It'll actually pass the McDonald's just a little bit, and it will drop you off right here in front of these stores here. This is the bus stop Marino. From there, you have to backtrack maybe 50 yards or so back to the McDonald's, where you can check out the Via Appia Antica under the McDonald's before heading across the street, which is literally just right over here. At this point here is the trailhead for Via Appia Antica. And then when you get on that trailhead again, You just walk straight. Have a good time. You're going to love it. Another one of my favorite things to do in Rome, especially when it's crowded, like May often is to just recharge your battery and head to one of Rome's many parks. And in my opinion, there's no better park than Aqueduct Park. It's so easy to get to from wherever you're at in the city of Rome. All you have to do is hop on the A line, head out to the Porta Furba metro station. From there, I'm going to put a link to a GPS route you can follow along with on your phone, not get lost. It'll take you into Aqueduct Park, through the park, past all of the great aqueducts. And then at the end, when you're done, it'll take you to another metro station, which is about 3 miles, about 5 kilometers away, called Subaugusta, and from there you can hop back on the A line, head back into the city center. It's just a great escape, a great opportunity to recharge your battery, and there's no better month than May to do it, because in May it's all green, there's lots of flowers, the ideal temperatures. It's late into the evening, or it's light late into the evening. So yeah, you can do that at the end of a busy day. Head out to Aqueduct Park and cap off that day perfectly. For those of you that have limited time, you may not be able to fit in both the Aqueduct Park and the walk down Via Appia Antica. Well, I've got a suggestion. It is to take a bike ride. There's a great bike shop located right there in Circus Maximus called Easy Bike Rent Rome. They'll set you up with really nice bikes with the GPS, maps and stuff on the bike so you won't get lost. And the location of Easy Bike Rent Rome is perfect. It's located right there in Circus Maximus. So when you get your bikes, you get to ride right through Circus Maximus. Out past the Baths of Caracalla. Through the Aurelian Wall. Out to the catacombs. And then down Via Appia Antica. At a point, your GPS will guide you over to the Aqueduct Park, where you can ride through Aqueduct Park. Lots to see there, it's just beautiful. And then eventually back to Circus Maximus. In all, it takes about 5-6 hours. Now, you could do it much quicker than that if you'd like, but 5 or 6 hours gives you a lot of time to just relax, maybe eat lunch while you're out there, and just take lots of pictures and just enjoy the time. Budget yourself 5 to 6 hours, that'll be plenty, and it'll be a day you won't forget. And you'll be able to see both Aqueduct Park and Via Appia Antica in the same day. May is an ideal month to do outdoor activities, so take advantage of it and have a great time. Of all the videos I've made about Rome over the past 3 years, one of my favorite is about street food and fountains, and that video is coming up right now.